Why straight girls experiment with lesbians? So let's talk about it. Why do so many air quote straight girls experiment with lesbians? Whether it's a one-time hookup, a fling, or a full-on situationship, you probably seen it. You probably heard about it, or you probably lived it, right? And no, it's not always for attention or to air quote turn gay. There's actual real reasons behind it. And today we're going to break those down, right? So today we're going to break down the top 5 reasons straight girls experiment with lesbians. Let's get into it. So reason number 1, the emotional connection is missing. So let's keep it real. A lot of women in straight relationships, they feel emotionally starved. It's about being seen, felt, and emotionally held. And many feel like they're not getting that from men, right? So when a woman carries herself with emotional depth and softness, when she comes around, it hit different, right? It feels nourishing. That emotional connection can open up doors to curiosity, even if she never saw herself crossing that line. Women need that emotional connection. More oftentimes than not, men are emotionally unavailable, right? And this is actually a term in the manosphere, right? You know, they talk about being emotionally unavailable for the woman because us women, we dominate the emotional realm. Let's get into it. Right? And so men feel like they don't want to put themselves in that vulnerable state with a woman because in that emotional realm, we thrive. She knows that she's missing something. She needs to fill that void of that emotional oneness. So that's like one main reason why your straight girls experiment with lesbians. Back in college, I don't know what it was, but them straight girls knew they gravitated to me, man. And one commonality about that was they will always tell me they love how they can connect to me on a deeper level, right? And that's essentially what they're saying. They love the emotional connection that comes with women, all right? And so reason number 2, we're going to talk about the desire to experience feminine energy. They want to experience feminine energy. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. There's something magnetic about being close to a woman who knows how to balance strength and softness. That nurturing touch. That sensual eye contact. The way a woman understands a woman. It's a different vibe. Sometimes they just want to feel what feminine intimacy is like. You know, most of the times it's not always about the vanity. It's not them always wanting to have the look of being with a woman. It's not about that. It's about the inner dwellings of experiencing a woman in her full essence. So understand that. All right, the third reason that straight girls experiment with lesbians. Most times, curiosity sparked by their friends or their environment, right? You know, and it's not necessarily peer pressure, but more like inspiration. You know, if a friend who shared their story or a roommate who had a wild experience, you know, just hearing women speak openly about their own fluidity. You know what I'm saying? So some of these girls always had a little spark of curiosity, but never had that space to explore. Maybe society or their family or even their religion, they made it feel taboo. You know what I'm saying? But once the environment shifts, once they're, you know, out on their own and independent, that gives them the free reign to explore different things, right? So, like I said, you know, being around their friends, roommates, and things of that sort, they probably heard them talking about of experience that they had with a lesbian, and it just sparks up that curiosity. You know what I'm saying? Reason number 4, they crave a different type of intimacy and pleasure. A lot of women have had underwhelming experiences with men. I mean, I've had countless of conversations of my teammates back in the day, or just my homegirls, you know, just I'm noticing that most of these guys, they are selfish in that sense, right? Most of them only just care about them getting a nut. It's so many women that fake orgasms, bro. Like, this is crazy, man. When you talk to her slow in that sexual, sensual tone, when you can gaze into her eyes and really explore every single part of her, women crave that, man. When you can actually see them and when you acknowledge their attributes, women love that. That soft dominance, in a sense, right? That attention to detail, that energy exchange. That's powerful, man. That is powerful. And the fifth reason why straight women experiment with lesbians is they just feel safer with women. That safety and softness they don't feel elsewhere. Right? No judgment, no pressure. For some reason, this may be the first time that they've ever felt emotionally and physically safe during intimacy. And it's not about necessarily replacing the men, because 9 times out of 10, they are probably going to go back to what they know. You know, you never know what women go through. You know, their religion might be, a big factor, their family, or, how they show up in the workplace. A lot of women hold those things above their actual pleasure, and that they're out here people pleasing. And it's a lot of us like that. We're not talking down on women, but that's what it is, right? So you have to be aware of those things. So whenever you encounter a straight girl who is, curious and wants to try these things, you have to give grace in that manner. I had this young lady tell me one time, she was just like, man, one thing I love about you, Jazz, it's just like, I love how I feel when I'm around you. She said, you not overbearing. She said, I get the protection and the provision from you, but I also get that softness from you. And I just love that. I love how I can be myself, judgment free. And it's just a invigorating experience. That's essentially what she told me. And I'm like, okay, so those are things that I've come across, I've encountered on my years being here, just with my personal experience and also talking with close friends. So like I said, man, so whether it's emotional connection, that feminine energy, that curiosity, the intimacy, or just overall feeling safe in her energy, there's always a reason behind it. And honestly, most women who experiment aren't doing it for attention. They're doing it because there's something inside of them that they have been missing or longing for even more. All right, so that's it. That's what we talked about today. Because I know I get a lot of questions from my young ones like, why straight women always, want to experience us? They not even gay, da 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 da. You got to give the grace, right? You got to give grace. And you know what? I think I might make a video about how to know when a straight girl is choosing you. I made a video on how to know when a femme lesbian is choosing you, but I think I want to go more in depth on why or how to know when a straight female is choosing you. Let me know down in the comments below if you would love to hear me talk about that. All things game, dealing with women, dealing with being a mass presenting woman out here in this society. We talk about everything like that, and this is a safe space for us, right? So if you found value in this content, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also click that notification bell so you can be notified when we drop this fire game, fam. And yeah, it's your girl AMQ, and I'm out. Love.